What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist. I hope everyone's having a happy Friday. Oh, we don't need this microphone here. That's not the right microphone. Boy, do I need a haircut. Oh my gosh. All right, we're already rocking here. Oh man. So here on the Big Bad Bench, we've got a booted system. This system is a Power Mac 6100. This Power Mac 6100 is being powered off of this power supply that I fixed. I'm out of, I can't even talk. I'm so excited that I was able to fix this power supply. If you've seen some of my streams before, you know that I'm really terrible at fixing power supplies. So this one wound up being, as far as I can tell, a bad 7905. I think that's a negative 5 volt regulator. And so I had one known good one, and basically during Dave's Vintage Apple Tech stream, I spent some time and just comparing resistances across different places, and I found that the resistance here was wrong. So put a new one in, powered right up. We got nice voltage. There's our 12 volt. There's our 5 volt. And our negative 12 volt. So everything's nice and happy with this thing. So yeah, that's what we got. Let's shut this thing down. So I've been working on some other pizza box Macs, and I have another power supply that yes, conversion technology. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Adam McGee, we got Garth Beagle, Francois Revol, Frank S, Epictronics. How's it going, folks? Thank you all for being here. I know this is a weird time. I don't know how anyone is here these days. Gotta do work and stuff. Maybe you're slacking at the end of the week. It's Friday. Have a beverage, have a relaxation. But yes, the conversion technology is very required when working with these stupid pizza boxes. Okay, so I've been working on these things. I had two with this Astek AA16990 power supply in there. And so the other one I recapped while I was in there. So that's recapped, that's ready to go. This is a different one. This one is a TDK MSE103. They both have the same Apple part number of 6140022. The insides of this one is much more complicated than the other one. I've already popped out a couple of caps and replaced them, but there's still more caps to go. Kind of a neat thing on this one, there's like places for potentiometers all over the place, so maybe this one has some really nice fine tuning of voltages. So that's kind of neat. And Vic the Vickers here. How's it going, Vic? And TomTom Computing, welcome. All right, so yeah, today we're doing an extra bonus stream. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I really want to finish off my Mac TV, so once I hopefully get this power supply working, maybe we'll be able to work on the Mac TV tomorrow. So let's get started on this thing. We got our Moo gun heated up, ready to go. All right, so that one's good. I was waiting on one of these caps. There's a weird value. It's like 820 microfarads on that one. So I was waiting for that one to come in. So we're ready to go. Ready to moo. All right, 27. Oh, and I'll show you, I made up a diagram for both of these power supplies. There's a link in the description. So if you come across these, there's all the cap values that you're gonna need. Let's go back to here. There we go. All right, and that one I could already smell there was definitely some fish smell heated up with that one. Yeah, and tomorrow I think right after me, Trina's gonna stream. So crazy Saturday of streams. I think Tech Ambrosia is gonna be streaming on Saturday too. Lots of action, and I don't know if anyone happened to catch More Fun Making It stream last weekend. That thing was wild. What an awesome stream that one was. Okay, I seem to have missed my cap. That's always fun. Oh, well, I hit a cap, so that counts, right? The values on these are so weird. Oh, don't tell me you're bent. Yep, that's a bent one. Darn stupid bent caps, or cap leads. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm working on a little bit clearer. Alright, so for this one, I'm just going to use this as like a regular soldering iron for a second. And just kind of like use it to bend up our caps. Cap leads. Okay. There we go. Alright, so based off of the smell of this thing, I'm hoping that a recap's gonna fix it. Let's see. Focus. Focus. You can see there's some crust on that one. Oh, Adam has a 128 analog board that he's gonna recap tomorrow on Trina stream, and all the leads are bent over. Screw those people. Whoever made those that board, the heck with those people. That's BS. I hate bent over leads. Yeah, that one's kind of nasty. What else we got? We got one more here. I think it's gonna be that. Ooh. It's always, you know it's gonna be a good cap when you hear the snap, crackle, pop of the cap juice. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I think that's all the ones. Oh, no, there's one more on the board itself down here. Adam's gonna bend over the new caps so the next person in 2063 can have the same amount of fun. So that's one of the things I've been kind of wondering. Given the component shortages that we've had lately, I'm wondering if all the stuff that's produced these days is gonna die like immediately. We're gonna have a thing like we had in the early 2000s where stuff was just dying after a couple of years. Alright, so that's all the ones on the board. There's two up here. Look at this one. 27 microfarad. Kind of jerk uses a 27 microfarad cap. Alright, so we're going to pop that off, turn on the regular power supply. I'm not going to be able to use the Moo gun to get in here. Ah, Epictronics is going to be working on a green metallic machine tomorrow. I think we all know which machine that is. That is a sexy, sexy machine. And a machine that I almost kind of helped out a little bit to get running. Yeah, credit me. Go me. No, but I want to thank Epictronics again for shouting me out in that video. That brought a lot of people over to my channel. Hey, Gut Bomb, how's it going? Yeah, it's kind of gross. Oh, come on. You're gonna make me hold this like this. A little gross. Oof, that one made a lot of noise. The stupid 27 microfarad. I don't know if you can. Wow, it smells. Oh, it smells so bad. It's a little juicy. A little juicy. Alright, so I think all our caps are off now. Let's dump some isopropanol on this beast. Adam can smell it from there. What state are you in today, Adam? We're just gonna cover this thing. I will. So the other Ace Tech power supply that I worked on, I think somebody did recap it at some point, which was kind of weird. All the caps had reflowed joints. They didn't look particularly new, but I think when they recapped it, they never cleaned it. And so there was just cap juice all over the place on the second one. I didn't record that one on a video. I did record yesterday when I powered this one up for the first time. I did do a short on that one. So if you want to see me freak out about fixing a power supply, go check out that short. I think I put a link to that one in the video description. Wow. Adam's all over the place this weekend. Alright, just cleaning up our cap juice. Cleaning up our cap juice. You can see nice basic yellow. Let's get a new one. Hey, Sloopy. Old-timey cap juice. Yeah, just like Grandma used to make. No, Adam, I didn't see the leaky reefer in the Apple II power supply. Oh, no, yes, you're right. I did see that one. Yep. That thing was nasty. Yeah, that was weird. Normally, reefers tend to, like, die quieter than that. I mean, well, not quieter, but, like, the tar was kind of weird. All right. So, oops. It's not showing up on camera real well, but we got a real nice yellow color coming out of the isopropanol here. Mmm, tasty. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's good. Mmm. I'm sure I'm not getting cancer from any of this. Hey, Drake, how's it going? Oh, that's a different color. Okay, that is kind of sort of dry. I have a bag. Ever since I started my channel, I have a bag of old caps that I've replaced, and I think it's time that I finally need to empty my cap bag. I'll have to show that on the channel before I get rid of it. It is kind of wild. It's really gross. All right, so we're just going to use the hot air to dry this up a little bit. Again, when I do this with the hot air, I'm only doing it like 150 degrees Celsius so that we don't like desolder anything or melt anything. Oh, this smells way cleaner now. Happy fresh isopropanol smell. Yeah, the cat bag. Okay. All right. So now we got to check my picture. Again, here's my picture. Let's see. Let's start with this. Oh, there's two 27 microfarads on this one. Jerk. All right, so we'll do the two 27 microfarad. One's in the little daughter board, one's over by the cable. Let's go back to here. All right. So this is one of the cap brands I've been buying lately. Worth. We'll find out how they hold up, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea if cap juice is actually cancerous or not, but one of the things I went over in my class this week is that basically anything is a poison if you give it at a high enough dosage, so it wouldn't surprise me, whatever electrolytes in the caps, that at a high enough concentration, it'll probably kill you. Yes, Francois, they are worth. Yes, and Adam is going to make a PCB with all REFAs. So Adam asks if I resell any of my Macs. So that was my original goal for when I founded the channel, was that I was gonna sell off the Macs that I repair, or the computers in general. So one of the first things I did when I got my channel was I had bought 16 compact Macs. So I'm gonna have to cut these shorter first. I bought 16 pluses and SEs, and there were a couple of there was a Classic 2 and a Classic in there, and so the goal was to sell those off and just raise money for charity. So last year I got to 3 of them sold off, finished and sold off, and I donated the money for charity. But this year I just haven't had the time to finish off any of those projects and get them sold. But like the the computer last year that I built for the cheap PC challenge. I wound up selling that for $250. So I donated that, and that was pretty cool that we could, you know, use one of our community projects to raise a little bit of money. Oh, are you kidding me? He fell out. So that's a pain in the butt by doing this. There's a little tiny cap leg. Get out of there, cap leg. Oh yeah, it's down. It's gonna short something out. Alright, there might be a boom later in this. There we go. Alright, just double checking to make sure I don't have any other cap leads under there. Alright, gut bomb's caught up. You didn't miss anything particularly exciting. I mean, I guess you saw that the system was running when we first started. So that's kind of sort of exciting, right? So this is kind of annoying to do these over here on this little daughter board while the daughter board's still in there. Especially because it's right next to a big resistor. But we'll get it. We'll get it. It's okay. It's Friday. Have a beverage. Relax. Oh, Gut Bomb fixed his sound on his SE30. What was wrong with it, Gut Bomb? Okay, the other one of these is up and here, 27 microfarad, 35 volt. It's up in here, minus towards the top. Wow, cracked solder joint. Okay, again, my method I typically will do when they're upside down like this, I'll solder one leg. Make sure it's flat and then come back and do the other one. It's also, this is kind of a big soldering tip for these, but it's fine. It's the tip that I used for forever. I still haven't gotten bigger tips for my new soldering station, and the tiny tips just don't work really well for this kind of stuff. Okay, so our two little caps are on. Oh, and it got crooked. I did all that work to make sure it's straight. There we go. Come on. Okay, what should we go to now? Let's get this 150 microfarad, 35 volt. And that one goes goes here. That's why I do the thing that I do. I forgot to do it on that one, and the cap was not sitting flush. Okay, now we need 100 microfarad, 35 volt. I don't know if you can see next to me, my cap collection is getting larger, but at least it's organized now. Okay. $100 microfarad, 35 volt. Just double checking. Yes. Just a nice, relaxing Friday afternoon, recapping a power supply. At least it's relaxing until I go to power this thing on and it doesn't do anything. Then it's time to get stressed out. Alright, so let's do this thing, which is a 3.3 microfarad, 50 volt. And we'll just chop these off. And our stripe is up. Okay, got our top one. Little guy's hiding in there. All right. Just 4-ish more. Oh, no, we got another small one off to the side, 33 microfarad, 25 volt. Okay. Now we gotta do two 2700 microfarad 35 volt. These are some big boys. Where'd the other one go? Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Get another one. Okay, there's that. There's that. Come on, get in your hole. Oops. Wandered away from chat. What have I missed in chat? Ba ba ba. Yeah, no, I don't think anything that would have ever connected to the floppy drive would have used negative 12 volts. Unless there was like a floppy drive audio port or serial port, something. Huh, they said it was there. I guess just in case. Hey, one bit, how's it going? You got the fanciest sound equipment, one bit. All right, what do we need now? 1200 microfarad, 10 volt. This one looks like it's being recycled, but it was something that I put in a board that died, and so and then I just took them right back out. So it's not actually a used cap. It was installed ever so briefly. Oh, come on. This is the problem with recycled caps. The short legs make it harder. Getting so close, and now this one wants to fight me. There we go. Gonna leave that one on its side. Sorry if you can't see that clearly. So if this one doesn't work, it's going to be a much harder diagnosis because I don't have another one of these. The other one I was able to compare resistance values across areas of the board. I don't have another one of these that I can do that with. All right, this last one is 820 microfarads, 16 volt. Getting closer to spark time. Oops. Forgot to do the thing on that one. There we go. Nice and even. Okay, do we got them all in there? Where's my thing? There we go. Okay. So let's see if we're missing a cap. We got the side one there. That one goes that way. That one goes that way. Got that one over there. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, now the other trick is going to be putting this thing back together. Okay, so live is brown. This thing went over here. Luckily, I got a picture of that from that other picture I took. So this has like a lead that goes over to the power switch, which is the power switch is up in the top of this thing. This thing, I did not do a great job with the paint. This was really rusted from the battery bomb. This was the one that was actually in the Power Mac 6100. And the whole side of this thing was corroded and disgusting. And so I repainted it a little bit, got rid of the rust at least, and just put a little quick coat of paint on there just to keep it from rusting again. It's not an elegant paint job. I don't really, if I'm doing an actual like full-on restoration, I would do a nicer job. Oh, you jerk. But this is more about getting the system functional, and I think having stuff like this kind of helps tell the story of the computer, that it was damaged at one point. Who hurt you, little computer? Okay, and this one also goes over there. That goes up there like that. And it's New England in fall, so we have fruit flies attacking me. Okay. Alright, so that's those two things. Now we gotta put in our neutral. This is a little tight. Okay. Alright. Balanced precariously. 100% effective. Oh. All right, one more wire. Soften up the solder a little bit on all that. There we go. Now that went in there nice. Okay, so that should be all our mains connections. They look reasonably happy. Now, this thing, look at all the connections it has. All right, so we got this little insulaty jobby there. This one is a weird power supply. So all, not that one, so I guess not all, but all these, you know how like when they put a screw through sheet metal, they'll often have a little thicker spot. This actually goes up through the board from the power supply, then the screw goes up that way. That's not a structure you often see in power supplies. Gotta cram that in there. There's going to be a couple screws that hold that in. Oh, gotta get this little insulating thing out of there. There we go. Oh, that fits nice now. Just want to make sure I remember which ones. Which all of them there are. I think there's 4. 1, 2, down in there, 3. Is there only 3? Oh, let's look on this side. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, Thomas Andrews, how's it going? Eric's Edges here, how's it going? All right, we got screws. Let's put some screws in this thing and then make some fire. All the way down in there. And one more down in that tiny little corner. That. All right. So for this one, we have a couple things here. Okay, so this one has screws that come up this way. Then we have, I think the fan goes like this. Gotta make sure that this thing, oh no, this goes like that. Okay, yep. And then, no, that goes like that. Someone should have taken better notes. Yeah, that goes like that. Then there's a nut that goes on this side. Stay inside there. Get inside there. No Noctua upgrade. Nah. I mean, we're talking about a Power Mac 6100 or the equivalent. I mean, I like the machines, but if I was finally finishing my SE30 or something like that, I'd spring for the Noctua. Exactly, the noise is part of the experience. Gutbomb says, hey, there's a Lisa on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that was the guy I actually bought the battery bombed 6100 from. Yeah, I've been talking to him. Yeah, 2,500 bucks. So there's a chance if I clear off some projects out of my queue, I might take that Lisa from him and recap it, just because I've never worked on a Lisa. We'll see. That depends on me really clearing out a lot of stuff out of my queue. Too many projects going on here. Alright, so we got that thing. So we got our fan jobby. Oh, this thing is going to be a pain. I'm not going to be able to have it open, I don't think, and power it up. Oh, there's caps over here. You jerks. It's just for the fan. I don't care. We're not going to recap the fan controller. No, I'm not going to buy it from him. Oh, come on. So this one, the other model of this style, the switch was down on the power supply board itself. Okay, and then there's like little sandwiches here. There's screws all over this one. So many screws on this thing. Okay, so actually here, before we do this, I'm going to put the screws in here because that does like attach a ground, and that makes me feel a little bit safer when we have things properly grounded. Hey, Dave Diamond, how's it going? Hey, if you want to buy that Lisa, go ahead, man. I'll recap it for you. All right, so we got that thing grounded. We're gonna push our switch in, and so it should be ready to go. Let's push our wires. Man, do all these wires actually fit in this thing? Victor 4, how's it going? So yeah, we're working on a power supply that came out of a battery bombed Macintosh, Power Macintosh 6100. I've never worked on this type of power supply. I've worked on a similar one. Very different topology, very different power supply. All right, so these are all there. Okay. Let's hook up our click of death hard drive, although if this helps us diagnose a dead power supply, I'm gonna call this the click of life hard drive. Oh no, I forgot the fan grill. Oh, why didn't someone tell me about the fan grill? Alright, so let's start. We gotta make sure this is off. And let's plug in some power detection. It's our voltmeter. My audio level might be in the red sometimes, one bit. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get excited. I'm not north of Gut Bomb. I'm very west of Gut Bomb. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes! It works. They've got the click of life. Hold it near. Alright, so that's pretty close. The other one, its levels were not great when I just had it out here just attached to a hard drive. So let's plug it into the system and see how it works. Shoot. Oh man. Alright. It's gonna drive me nuts that I forgot to put in that fan grill. I'm sorry folks. I gotta put on that fan grill. Yeah, so if you have this model, Thomas, apparently all it needs is a recap. The other model was, well, the other model, I had one that was already working and I recapped it and it was fine, but the, come on, you thing. Set this aside. The other one also needed a 7905 replaced. You would think that you have all the caps you need. This one gave me issues, man. This is 27 microfarad, 35 volt. That was a weird one. 3.3 microfarad, 50 volt. 820 microfarad, 16 volt. Those were weird numbers. So actually, I didn't do a video on troubleshooting that one. I did it during Dave's stream on Friday, or Saturday. Yeah, Sunday. That was on Sunday. You know, while we were hanging out, I just was like probing around the bottom of the PSU looking for weird resistances, and I compared it to a known good one. And I found a weird resistance, pulled out the little bar, the heatsink thing that had all of them on there, replaced it, and it's good to go. But Thomas, if you check this video description, I have diagrams that I drew for the two types of power supplies that I've worked on here. So the Astek and the TDK. Apparently there's one more style that they used, or at least one more style that they used in these things. Isn't the grill on the wrong side? Nope, that's the right side. Yeah, the power switch on the board, that's how the Astek was. I'm not sure if... I don't know anything about the third style. I haven't taken one of those apart. Okay, this makes my brain happier to have the fan grill in there where it's supposed to be. Alright, so now I'm going to put this switch back in here. This is annoying. I can understand why they wouldn't always want to do a design like this. Yeah, all the little dots that you see all over everything is overspray. I just really didn't care about keeping this one nice. It was just so battery bombed. Well, this isn't to keep like fingers out of it. It's to keep like PSU components out of the grill or out of the fan. All right, so that's kind of sort of back together. There we go. We're clicking. This screw was totally disgusting. I was really actually surprised that it came out. It was totally covered in rust. We'll show off that case again before we close off today's stream. Okay, there's one screw out of 100. Here's two screw out of 100. Yeah, this whole power supply is a very odd design choice. Okay, two more screws over here. And then we got two more down here. All right, there's all our screws, and this is the part right next to the battery that goes in these things. So in this this is a 6115 CD. I've already recapped this thing and replaced the battery with a 2032. Okay. See if this thing destroys a real computer instead of my Click of Death hard drive. Plugged in. Got a lot of wires all over the place. Just hide that for now. Okay, there's that. Let's get our conversion technology going. So the battery bombed 6100 that I bought. So it has this power supply. If this power supply works, then that'll be kind of a good thing. It had a cache card, and this is the cache card that was in that thing. In one of the streams, I cleaned off that cache card. I've tested it since, and it seems to work. I haven't found a diagnostic utility that'll tell me whether I have the 256K installed or not, but the benchmarks show a little bit of a performance improvement, so I think it's working. The ROM sim that was in this thing is a total nightmare. And I've found so many breaks. Come on, thing. So many breaks and stuff and bad vias, and I still haven't gotten the ROM sim to work. So the ROM sim's bad, but it did have the proper, totally unbroken CD drive front bezel, which is like super rare. So that was worth the 60 bucks I paid for this machine. If we get a 256K cache card, a decent power supply, and a actually good front bezel for this thing, that's a pretty good deal. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Chime. JVHS is here. How's it going, Jeremy? Okay, so let's check out our voltages here. Down there's our negative 12, negative 11.87, that's fine. 12.2, that's okay. 5.07, that's fine. All right. So there we go. We got a functional thing, and I forgot to plug in the mouse. So we're just gonna shut that off. So let me show you the chassis from this thing again. Be right back. Oh yeah, the other thing that came with the battery bomb 6100 was one of these adapter cables and one of these things. So $60 for a good power supply, a 256K cache card, a whatever high HDI video adapter, and a 15-pin video adapter. So those were all good things to get. I've thrown some other trash in here. You can see the heatsink retention bracket had a lot of corrosion. But yeah, look at the side of the case on this thing. So I don't know if I'm going to spend any energy restoring the actual chassis of this thing. But the main plastics are good. There's a lot of plastic falling out of it now. Yep, so that's where we're at. So cool. We got another power supply. Yeah, it wasn't a great deal. It wasn't the worst deal I've ever bought. I've bought some really stupid things. You know, like when I bought 16 compact Macintoshes. That was probably a stupid buy. Although, I mean, I've had a lot of fun working on them, and I'm still in the process of fixing them up and selling them. Oh yeah, it also had two 16 meg SIMs in it. So once I cleaned those up, they were good. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. This is the whole reason I bought this thing, is this. So that the whole reason I bought that Power Mac 6100 is for this little guy. So what this does is it's a little overclock jobby that you sit on top of one of the crystals, and then you can overclock the processor. So I haven't figured out how to play with this yet. So I'm gonna look up this, and then we'll have an overclocked Performa 6115 CD. I don't even know where the logic board is for that. Oh, here it is. So here's the logic board for the Power Mac 6100. This is after a ultrasonic bath. One of the things you might be able to see here is we're missing some pins. Missing some pins there. We're missing a lot of resistors and capacitors all along there. So I might play with this one some more. Maybe if I get really bored, and maybe I'll do the thing that Eric's Edge did, where you just set music going and do your stream. Because this one's going to take a lot of poking. You can even see, like, down inside the ROM sim slots how bad that stuff is, particularly in the middle there. So I don't know if this board will come back, but we'll see. We'll try. I haven't recapped it, obviously. Yeah, it's a lot of high frequency areas that have been affected. It's just amazing, like when the battery juice hits the solder, eventually it just like turns into a powder. I forget what type of, I think it's like lead oxide. lead 2 oxide or something, where the lead turns into more of a powder than a metal. So yeah, this thing, it's a little toast. JVHS, no, I don't need any Mac SE boards. Actually, a stream that I need to do at some point. So the same guy I bought the battery bombed Power Mac 6100 from, he had also posted and this is actually the same guy that has that Lisa up for sale for $2,500. He had posted a Mac SE that he had the 5¼ inch floppy drive plugged into, the Apple II 5¼ inch floppy drive. So we're sort of wondering if the IWM is dead on this thing. So I need to do a stream at some point and rebuild this thing and see if the IWM is dead. So yeah, look forward to that one. Hey, Steve is here. But I have so many Mac SE boards. Thank you, Jeremy. I don't need any. I have probably about 10 Macintosh SEs that I need to build and get the heck out of here. I think I sold 4 at the swap meet at the VCF East swap meet back in the spring. I brought like 4 that I haven't restored at all and just sold them for what I paid for them. And Eric Helgeson is here, just 2. You guys showed up right at the end. So these are my 2 power supplies. This one was in the battery bombed Power Mac 6100. That's why it's kind of painted here. I did the rust removal, painted it. This one just needed a recap, and it's good to go. So it definitely needed a recap. It smelled bad. It did not work when I first got it. It was just toast. But this one, this is like the thing that I'm super proud of, this Astek AA16990. This one did not work after a recap, and it turns out that it was one of these L7905s. So, yeah. So we're basically done today. This was fun. I've never fixed a power supply that had something like that wrong with it. I still have one of the very first streams I did. Well, maybe not one of the very first, but one of the early streams I did was trying to repair a Power Mac G4 mirror drive door power supply, and that one basically almost killed my electricity in the in my workshop. So I haven't been able to fix that one. It's still sitting over there. I'm gonna fix it someday. I promise I'm gonna fix it someday because it's itching at my brain. But basically what happens with those is that one of the styles, the primary caps leak, and then it takes out like half the primary side with it. And so trying to figure out what's wrong with that is an issue. But what do we got going on here? We got my TV rebooted because I put the stream on. I blame Tom Barber. Well, yeah, everything is Tom Barber's fault. And as Joe says here, everything is Tom Barber's fault. Eric Helgeson says, my 6100 PSU will be in the mail soon. Sure thing. Send it on over, Eric. I owe you. Joe's Computer Museum, can I ship you all my bad power supplies? No. I hate power supplies. That's why I'm so excited that this one actually worked. I'm like losing my mind that this one actually worked. So yeah. Woo. But to reiterate, right? I bought that battery bombed mess of a 6100. It had this power supply. We fixed the power supply, so that's good. It had a 256. Oops, this one. It has a 256K cache card. Clean that up. That's good to go. ROM sim is toast as far as I've been able to do. It had 2 16 meg sticks of RAM, so that was good. And it had this, and this little thing is going to be fun to play with at some point. And basically what this should do is clip on one of the little clock chips and allow us to overclock this thing. So yeah, Yeah, I wish someone would find a 1 meg cache card to reproduce. That would be awesome. So yeah, I think we're gonna end this. Thank you all for stopping by. So tomorrow morning, or well, tomorrow at noon, I'll be back streaming at my normal time. We're gonna get back to the Macintosh TV. I'm hoping to finish that. And oh yeah, the other thing that came with that was the HDI adapter and one of these adapters. So that was the other part of that deal. So yeah, I'm going to get back to the Macintosh TV, hopefully finish that. The TV tuner needs to be recapped, and so we're going to do that and hopefully play a little bit of Atari 2600 on that on my Macintosh TV if we get that to work. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Steve says, so many streams tomorrow, just in time for his birthday. Awesome. And Thomas Andrews says, just skip the daughter board. No, I'm going to leave it there. No, it's actually, the daughter board's actually in good shape. It just needs a recap. I saw pictures of really bad daughter boards, and this one actually looks okay. We just got to put new caps on it. But it required a bunch of weird caps, so I had to order those. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll be playing around with some very tiny little weird caps tomorrow. And then we'll get back to it. So yes, thank you all for stopping by. I know this was a weird time, but I really appreciate you hanging out. So yeah, have a good night, y'all, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, don't forget, Savvy Sage is streaming tonight with Ron from Ron's Computer Videos, and also Old World Tech Fridays tonight, and then tomorrow will be my stream. So yeah, have a good day, y'all. Thank you for coming. Bye.